So on number 1, if we're going to simplify, okay, simplify just means we have to factor and reduce. So start by taking out a 4, that's your GCF. Left behind would be x squared minus 4, still over 2 minus x. Okay, factor again, 4 times x plus 2 times x minus 2 over 2 minus x. X minus 2 and 2 minus x are opposites of one another. So they reduce to be a negative 1. So your actual answer is negative 4 times x plus 2. You do not have to multiply through. Okay, you do not have to multiply that through. You can, but we can leave answers in factored form. So you don't have to do that extra work. For number 2, we have to factor the top and factor the bottom. So take out an x first. Left behind would be 2x squared. Oh, excuse me. Your GCF is a 2x. I'm sorry. So take out a 2x. Left behind would be x squared plus x minus 2 over, take out an x. Left behind is x squared minus 5x minus 14. So if you keep factoring, we get 2x times this factors to be x minus 2 and x plus 1 over x times this factors to be x plus 2 and x minus 7. The x, something doesn't cancel. I'm sorry, I goofed these up. That should be x plus 2 and x minus 1. I'm sorry. These will cancel each other out, and the x's reduce away. So you get 2 times x minus 1 over x minus 7. And again, you do not have to multiply those through. You can leave it just like that. On number 3, this is messy, and a lot of people get really confused because there's y's in there. You're still factoring the same as we always have. Okay, so take out our GCF. GCF is a 3 and an x and a y. Left behind would be x squared plus 4xy plus 4y squared. In the denominator, take out another GCF. The GCF there is 6x squared and y. Left behind would be x plus 2y. In the top, that factors again, so we still have the 3xy on the outside. Whenever you have an x and a y, you're still factoring the exact same way. So x squared still breaks down to x and x. What multiplies to 2 adds, or excuse me, multiplies to 4 and adds to 4 is just a 2, but you just have a y at the end as well. That's it. Over 6x squared y times x plus 2y. So the x plus 2y's cancel out. One of them cancels out. You can't cancel out both. Then here the x cancels out with one of them in the bottom. The y's cancel out. 3 and 6 reduce to be 1 over 2. So all that's left in the top is just x plus 2y. In the denominator, you still have a 2 and an x, and that's it. These cannot reduce because the top is attached by a plus or minus. So be careful on that. For number 4, anytime you have 1, 2, 3, 4 things, you always want to look for a GCF. Then we want to look at groups. So we want to look at the first 2 and look at the second 2. Okay, so grouping tells you can take out an x squared. Left behind would be x minus 5. Take out a negative 3. Left behind is x. And then positive 15 divided by negative 3 gives you negative 5. Over in the bottom, this factors just like normal, x minus 3 and an x minus 5. Now, this is not done. In the top, you're going to have a group of x minus 5s and a group of x squared minus 3 over x minus 3 and x minus 5. The x minus 5s reduce each other away. These do not reduce. Okay, x squared minus 3 is different than just x minus 3. That does not cancel anything out. Okay, nothing reduces there. On number 5, when you're simplifying, technically there's like a multiply dot here. Okay, anytime you're multiplying or dividing, all we have to do is factor and reduce. So in the top, take out a GCF of 3. Left behind would be x minus 2. Over that factors to be x plus 2 and x minus 2, that's difference of squares, times 3x and an x at the beginning. Now, you need to decide if I want to pick 2 and 2 or 1 and 4. Okay, this will work if you do 2 and 2. You would have to do plus and minus. So that's guess and check factoring, but it's definitely something that can be done. Then in the bottom, you could take on an x, and we'd still have 9x squared minus 4. So we have an x, and this factors, that's difference of squares, so 3x plus 2 and 3x minus 2. So there's a lot of factoring on this unit. Okay, you have to know how to factor. X minus 2's cancel. 3x minus 2's cancel. X plus 2's cancel. And that's it. So we have 3 over x times 3x plus 2. Lots and lots and lots of factoring. Okay, here, again, same thing. Factor and reduce. So 8 plus x cubed, that's SOAP factoring. That's cubes. So SOAP, same, opposite, always positive on your signs. So positive, negative, positive. The first thing that's being cubed is a 2. So first thing is 2, second thing is x. The first part squared, so 2 squared is 4. Combination of both, that's 2 and x. Second thing, squared. Over, this is difference of squares, 2 plus x and 2 minus x. What's your question? Rewind what? This is grouping again. So, take on an x squared. Say it again. Okay, so x squared left behind is x plus 2 plus 7 times x plus 2 over, again, take out an x. Left behind is x squared minus 2x plus 4. Okay, this can be factored again. So this is grouping. So x plus 2 and an x squared plus 7. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite that. Now, what can reduce away? 2 plus x and 2 plus x reduces. What else cancels? Are these the same, or are they different? If I rewrote this in decreasing order, the x squared is still positive, minus 2x, and the 4 is still positive. That's written the same way, right? Or written, that's the same thing. Now, can you see that these would reduce each other away? Can anything else reduce? No, nothing else reduces. Okay, so you end up with x plus 2 times x squared plus 7 over x times 2 minus x. That one's difficult, for sure. That one is long, yep, lots of factoring. Lots and lots and lots of factoring. Okay, for number 7, okay? First thing you want to do in number 7 is rewrite this, okay? So we want to keep, flip, and change. So keep the first one, x squared minus 4 over 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. Flip and change. So change to multiply, flip the second one. This is one that we have seen before. This was on another quiz. Okay, this factors in the top to x plus 2 and x minus 2. In the denominator, you know you have to have a 2x and an x. You know you have to have 1 and 2 to multiply there. You also should know that these have to be in this order. If you put the 2 in here, you should have been able to take out GCF, and there's not one. Now, if you look at your signs, if it's plus at the end, they're both the same as the middle, so you know your signs. Multiplied by 4x squared minus 1 factors to 2x plus 1 and 2x minus 1 over, Again, your only options there is 2x and x. Same thing for the back. You have to have a 2, you have to have a 1. This one, you just have to figure out what your signs are. Okay, if you do them correctly, you should have a negative and a positive. Then the 2x plus 1's reduce. The 2x minus 1's reduce. One of the x minus 2's reduces. And you should end up with x plus 2 over x minus 2. X plus 2 over x minus 2. Now, for number 8, if we're finding the sum and expressing lowest terms, do I get rid of the denominators, or am I getting a common denominator? Common denominator here. Okay, there's no equals, so I'm not trying to get rid of them. If I rewrite this factored, this would be x plus 2 times x plus 3. So if you look at it that way, all that's missing from this first one is an x plus 3. So we can easily get a common denominator. Okay, if you distribute that 5, you get 5x plus 15 plus 6x plus 7 all over x plus 2 and x plus 3. Combine like terms gives you 11x plus 22 over x plus 2 and x plus 3. This one you can take out a GCF from. So take out an 11. Left behind would be x plus 2 over x plus 2 and x plus 3. The x plus 2's reduce away. So you can end up with 11 over x plus 3. Now, what? Because if you factored the second one, that would be x plus 2 and x plus 3, right? I need to get the same denominator, so this one was missing the x plus 3. So I'm going to get the common denominator. Then since I'm going to have a common denominator, I can write it all over one fraction. Okay, on number 9. Are these the same thing? No. This is exactly opposite of it. So if I want to get them to be the same denominator, all I have to do is multiply this one by a negative 1. If you multiply by negative 1, you will get the same denominator. So you just have a 2. Negative y times negative 1 gives you plus y over x minus y. That's your whole answer. Just 2 plus y over x minus y. You have to be able to get a common denominator there. Now, the double-decker fractions, we want to eliminate some of these denominators. So look at all the bottoms, look at all the denominators, and figure out what would you multiply by to get rid of those denominators. A 14x. Write it next to every single part. If you write it next to all the parts, then it's easier to cross-reduce. Okay, so if you write it next to all the parts here, the x's go away. The 7 and 14 reduce to give you a 2. So 2 times 2 gives you 4, minus 14 reduces, negative 3 times x is 3x, over x's go away, 14's go away, so we get 3, minus 7 and 14 reduce to leave you a 2, 2x. Can anything reduce there? No, it cannot.